So while I wait for a ride here in Viedma, let me tell you how I got here yesterday. So I started off the day outside Bahia Blanca. I woke up, I was treated to an alcohol and a coffee for breakfast. And then I was at a really good spot in the city for catching another ride. So we did. But before that, I used the Wi-Fi from the gas station. I recorded some videos, edited some as well. Started the day around midday. And then from there, I walked to the roundabout. We tried things differently. We recorded vertically for the first time in a long time. And then we stood by the roundabouts, anticipating a ride. A truck driver stopped. He could only take me to the control station a few miles down the road. And this other couple stopped, but they weren't keen on dropping me off on the roundabout in the middle of nowhere. And I waited quite some time, and I wasn't sure how long I would next have to wait for a ride. But eventually, one came in the form of this charming guy. He said he was going my way, in fact, quite a distance towards my way, towards a place called Vichalonga. And I accepted. It was round the way, and it was such an unexpected car stopping that I really had to, settle down and tame the excitement that just happened, because I did not expect to find a ride in that moment. I threw the backpack in the back of his car, leaped in, and it was time to get to know the hitchhiker who decided to stop and give me a ride. And yeah, pretty interesting guy. We made some conversation along the way with my limited Spanish, and then it was eventually time to part ways. We saw a gas station along the way that he could drop me off at, but instead he decided to take me to the edge of Vichalonga. And really, I felt like utterly stranded, because it was a small town nearby, but there was absolutely nothing. It was really hot and there wasn't much traffic. So I was there waiting, and what seemed like a while ended up not being so long. I got a ride with this couple who were going to Viedma, where we are now. They took me with them. I was at the back, eager to get to know our next hitchhike heroes, but also keen to learn about where they started their journey. They just came back from holiday at this really mountainous, beautiful place, loads of lakes, waterfalls, near the border to Chile, near like Neuquén direction. And they were going back home to Viedma. So I joined them there, and they mentioned, they asked if I had a place to stay there. I said I don't. Usually I camp or stay with locals. I do things really low budget here. And yeah, but what happened was they invited me to their house, and then enjoyed a little bit of enjoyed some mate and these like bizcocho, dry cake things. And then I said I was keen to explore this place, and by this point it was like 6 o'clock, and I joined their son Luciano, and we explored Viedma and Patagones, the town across the river, to its full extent. We were out for 3 or 4 hours, fast walking everywhere in the place. We explored some historic cathedrals, museums, learned about the history, and I rarely come across someone who walks as fast as I do on my travels, and he definitely gave me a run for my money. I'm gonna have to continue the story later if I get a ride here, but it was a beautiful evening, loads of people by the river enjoying the nature and the kind of really nice spirit of the town. Events going on, people sat down with mate and food. We explored every corner of the town we could. We walked across the other side of the river to a place called Patagones. That's in Buenos Aires province. We're now in Rio Negro province. And it was such a beautiful town, lots of colonial buildings, pretty old actually. I was very surprised by how much history there is here, considering we're so far away from most other towns. And yeah, on the way to explore the railway bridge, we came across this family who had a big banner, and I was very curious. I said to him, Luciano, what does this mean? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And so we approached them, and they invited me for some Patagonian barbecue, some Patagonian asado. So unexpected. There's such a great energy about them. This whole massive family reunion from different parts of Argentina coming to Viedma to eat, to be merry. And it was such a great atmosphere. I tried some of the best meat I've ever had in Argentina, and had some beer and really got to know them a little bit. Took a couple of videos, and then it was time to go. It was getting dark, so we head across. We wanted to go to the cathedral, but it was closed. We then went to this hill, a really cool viewpoint in the evening. Also, we climbed the bridge, which sounds more dangerous than it actually was. It was just some stairs up. And to finish off the story, we walked past their business, which was a pizza and empanada shop. There are loads of them here in Argentina. We had some water. I was extremely thirsty. And then we went back to their place. We later had some empanadas. I just rested because I was physically, but also, I was tired in many forms. Sat down, had some good food, chat with them. These two girls came over. I think they were some family members came over, just the two girls. It was good to get to know some more family members. And then it was time for sleep. It was like 1:30, like really late. I didn't feel like doing any work, but had to sleep. So that was the day. I'm here in Viedma. It is the middle of the day now, and we are trying to hitch a ride out of here. But that's the story from yesterday. Hopefully you enjoy these video journals. They're a bit messy, a bit chaotic, a bit rough cut, but I like sharing the stories along the way and keeping these as a memoir for what happens every single day. Hopefully I get a ride from Viedma soon, but I've been waiting long enough to finish this story before I get a ride. So we've been waiting here, including the 50 minutes before, half an hour already. So hopefully I get a ride soon and we'll be out of here towards Las Cruces, traveling south to Patagonia in Argentina. Let's go. Let's keep the momentum, the hitchhiking momentum, the adventures, the stories coming. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.